For more information, contact Alan on 02476 616 332.
Hillz FM have teamed up with Coventry United to bring you live sporting action every weekend. Tune in for a preview of the weekend sporting action, live commentary of Coventry United matches, and a review of the results. Kick off at 2 p.m. every Saturday. Online via YouTube. Just search Hillz FM Matchday in your YouTube search bar. Hillz FM and Coventry United, together for Coventry.
Miss your favourite Hillz shows? Or do you just want to hear them again? Then head on over to Hillz FM's official Mixcloud page and get all of your favourite shows on demand. Don't wait for the repeats. Get it now. Head to mixcloud.com/HillzFM and relive the rhythm.
Support your local community radio station, Hillz FM, by becoming a friend of Hillz. You can keep the music playing by donating from just £1 per month. For details, go to www.hillsfm.co.uk and click donate.
Local voices, global rhythms. Coventry's #1 community station. This is 98.6 Hillz FM.
And we are back on Coventry's #1 community radio station. And this is Coventry's #1 local sports show. It is, of course, Sports Lounge with your very own Bantersaurus Liam Cook. Now, on Saturday, Coventry United travelled to league leaders Bromsgrove Sporting for a hotly anticipated encounter. It was first versus second in Midland League Division 1. It didn't end as many United fans have hoped. I'm not going to spoil the result for you if you haven't found out yet. What am I talking about? I already read it out on the show, didn't I? We've got some extended highlights of Coventry United's trip to Bromsgrove Sporting, courtesy of Hillz FM Matchday, which you can follow on Twitter at MatchdayHills. And Matchday is also going to be live this Saturday as United take on Studley at Sphinx Drive. That's a 2:30 start on YouTube. So here we go. Extended highlights of Coventry United versus Bromsgrove Sporting, courtesy of Hillz FM Matchday.
Some are calling it the title decider. Others are naming it the Battle of Bromsgrove. Well, here at Hillz FM Matchday, we are simply calling it the biggest game of the Midland League Division 1 season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hillz FM Matchday with Liam Cook, and we are coming to you live from the Victoria Ground here in Bromsgrove for this hotly anticipated match. I know I say this every single week because every occasion for Coventry United is a big occasion, but this one is absolutely huge and could have major implications on the title race. It's first place Bromsgrove Sporting versus second placed Coventry United, and it's live on YouTube with Hillz FM Matchday. And the players of Bromsgrove Sporting and Coventry United make their way onto the pitch here at the Victoria Ground, with thunderous applause in the background from the Coventry United faithful. This is the Battle of Bromsgrove. It's first versus second, the biggest game of the Midland League Division 1 season. It's Bromsgrove Sporting versus Coventry United, and it's live. That's going to be my favourite chant I've ever heard. Thanks for that. As Bromsgrove get ready to kick us off here at the Victoria Ground. It's going to be Bromsgrove Sporting kicking things off. The Battle of Bromsgrove begins now. Bromsgrove Sporting versus Coventry United, first versus second. Big game here in Midland League Division 1. Collins with the ball again, finds Walker into the centre through Hewitt. And Briscoe tries to find the loose ball, and eventually back to the goalkeeper who boots it forward towards the head of Collins. Collins nods it on. An opportunity here for Bromsgrove. And it's 1-0! It's going home by Sean Brown! 1-on-1 with Rich Morris. Bromsgrove Sporting 1, Coventry United 0. And Brown comes straight over to the Coventry United faithful with his finger by his hand. Coventry United are behind in this crucial fixture at the Victoria Ground. Long ball forward, Bray managed with Rich Morris. He volleyed it past the goalkeeper. No chance for Morris. Bromsgrove Sporting 1, Coventry United 0. Rather arrogant celebrations from Bromsgrove, but they're leading in this huge encounter, so who could blame them? And eventually the ball has come to Briscoe with a brilliant slide tackle. Dispossesses the United front man. Wilcox plays a long ball forward, tries to find Brain, and Brain will get there under pressure from Prinzel. He's got the ball into the area, shooting opportunity, squares it, brilliant chance for Collins, and it's 2-0! And Bromsgrove Sporting have taken this game by the scruff of the neck. We're not even 15 minutes in, and Bromsgrove lead by 2-0. Connor Collins receiving a low cross from Sean Brain and stroking it into the bottom corner with his left foot. And that is Bromsgrove Sporting 2, Coventry United 0. It's all falling apart at the Victoria ground. Coleman heads it forward from the throw-in. Cox plays it towards Briscoe, headed away by the Bromsgrove defence. And here's Hewitt. And tries to find Collins, and Collins is one-on-one with the goalkeeper here. He's forced towards the right-hand side, puts it into the area, slid away by Coleman, but it's been blocked by Valance, and it's still an opportunity here for Bromsgrove, and the shot from Tillett is blocked and falls into the hands of Rich Morris. But again, nervy times for Coventry United. They can't seem to deal with the attacking pressure of Bromsgrove. Bromsgrove pick up the ball with Hewitt, and Hewitt on the edge of the area, could have a go here. It's still Hewitt, has a goal! Oh, that's a goal! Reece Hewitt! It's 3-0 at the Victoria Club. Complete domination from the home side, and thunderous strike. Rich Morris is unmoved, and is this game over before it's even started? Less than 20 minutes gone, and already it's Bromsgrove Sporting 3, Coventry United 0. The boys have got a mountain to climb now. And we're about 5 minutes away from added time. As Brain looks around the goalkeeper, he's got past him. He's got past Marsh. Squares it. Surely fire! Oh my goodness me! Somehow, some way, Bromsgrove have not scored. Well, Brain got past the outrushing Rich Morris. Morris came out to try and cover off the attack from Brain. He got past the goalkeeper, and with the defence in front of him, decided to cross it onto the edge of the area, and in came Jack Wilson, who had an open goal. Morris wasn't back on his line yet, but he's booted it over. He must have thought he was playing rugby. And Jake Wilcox plays the free kick, and it's headed away, and that is half-time. Half-time at the Victoria ground. Certainly not the way Coventry United wanted or expected to end this first half, but a fast and furious first 20 minutes has resulted in a completely lopsided scoreline. The half-time score here at the Victoria ground. In Midland League Division 1, the top of the table clash, the Battle of Bromsgrove, is very much one-sided at the moment. Bromsgrove Sporting 3, Coventry United 0. We are set to go with the second half. We are underway with Coventry United kicking off a mountain to climb, but ironically, they're going downhill. The gradient favouring Coventry United in this second half, with the opposition goal at the bottom of the hill rather than the top of it. Right in the corner, it's been taken quickly by O'Grady. Here's Nduna. He's got O'Grady in support as well as Ben Valance. Trying to do it all himself and plays it to Valance. Eventually Valance puts it in towards Blythe, and the goalkeeper couldn't deal with that one, and Briscoe finds the net! Ross Briscoe puts Coventry United on the score sheet. He was falling to the ground, but as he hit just before he hit the floor, Briscoe was able to poke the ball into the top corner. Chris J flapped at the ball and pushed it straight into the path of Briscoe, who was able to sub it into the top corner just before he fell to the floor. I wouldn't say it's quite game on, but Coventry United are out of the blocks at least. Corner on this right wing. Walker to take it. 4 men in the area, puts it in. It's towards the head of Collins. Let's head back into the area, and here's Wallace. Fires it! to wrap this game up. A thunderous volley from Aaron Roberts. Bromsgrove Sporting 4, Coventry United 1. And the United boys in sky blue are certainly feeling a little bit blue after that. As some of the United fans choose to pack up and leave early as Josh O'Grady is brought down, a penalty. Josh O'Grady is brought down on the left-hand side of the penalty area. It looked like he was outside the area, but the referee has pointed to the spot. Remember, Coventry United have not at all been clinical with penalties this season. Chris J in the lime green goalkeeper shirt, the Bromsgrove keeper, will stand on his line as the United skipper Chris Cox looks to add a second goal for United after what's been a disappointing fixture. Cox shoots and slides it into the net. He puts it into the bottom corner. No celebrations from the United skipper. It doesn't really mean a lot in terms of the match, but it does add a little bit more respect to the scoreline for Coventry United. 4-2 looks a lot better than 4-1. It was a clean penalty from Cox. Struck it low and calmly into the bottom left-hand corner. Jay couldn't get close to it. He did go the right way, but it went underneath him. And that will go out for a Coventry United throw-in, and there's no time to take it. The referee blows his final whistle and ends what has been a disappointing day for Coventry United. Bromsgrove have been completely dominant in today's top-of-the-table clash. And from the 5th minute, when they grabbed the first goal through Sean Brain, there's only been one winner. Coventry United slipped to 4 points behind Bromsgrove in the table, but remember, they still do have those 2 games in hand, which, if won, will return them to the top of Midland League Division 1. But this is Bromsgrove's day. They fully deserve the win. They fully deserve the points. And really, 4-2 has been flattering on Coventry. Numerous opportunities wasted by Bromsgrove in front of goal. You know what? I think they'll take a 4-2 win. Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for here today on Hillz FM Match Day. We're going to wrap up so the lovely stewards here at Bromsgrove can pack up and go home. Of course, it's been a long day for the Coventry United fans as well as the stewards as well. Certainly not the best of ways for Coventry United to end this top-of-the-table clash. The winners of the Battle of Bromsgrove have been the hosts, Bromsgrove, in a dominating performance where Coventry United could have easily have gone down by 3 or 4 goals rather than the 2 that they eventually did. But I'm going to leave you here at the Victoria ground. I'm going to say I'll see you on Saturday, on the 19th of April, as Coventry United host Studley in what will hopefully be the return to glory for Coventry United. So I'll see you for the next episode of Hillz FM Match Day for the game between Coventry United and Studley. Kick off at 2:30 p.m. next Saturday here on Hillz FM Match Day. Just search Hillz FM Match Day in your YouTube search bar. For me, Liam Cook, thank you so much for tuning in. To all the travelling United fans, have a safe journey home. And to all the fans listening at home, then have a very pleasant evening.
That's all you need to know. Lay down your head, you're not alone. Anywhere you go, I'll follow. We are the children of the sun. That's all you need to know.
Walking like Michael, skywalk all over my rivals. Both hands in that Bible, I'm next in line for that title. I had nothing to do, I was idle. I was in the studio with Tygo. No, but climbing high, we ain't on the Kilimanjaro. And then kind of kid, they don't really know what's happening. Now we got our clothes on the mannequin. We don't want no comparison, not overdose and extravagance. We went for gold and got platinum. I told my bro to get an ambulance, cause I caught a cold and went spilled on them. Yeah. How can home be where the heart is when your shadow even fucking leaves you when you are in darkness? Still get stopped by Sergeant Pepper looking for that Ziggy Stardust. After a lifetime of regret, I'm just looking for some answers, yeah.
Lay down your head, you're not alone. Anywhere you go, I'll follow. We are the children of the sun. That's all you need to know.
To my kiddo, it's stabbing line, we raised the bar, we got team, we start getting limbo. Like Freddie, Bruno, and Ringo. I saw the signs and symbols. With that top down on my yellow ride, let bitch hate on my bimbo. I'm yards away from that milestone. International downtown. Put me through a mile when you Instagram with your iPhone. From yellow bricks and then brownstones. I ring bells, I'm household. Look at all the rappers we outsold. So keep your mouth closed and yeah. How did I become so jaded? Maybe all these insecurities are making me feel naked. Feel like Harry did in Vegas. Had my privacy invaded. That's a liberty, a pity, the epitome of what fame is. Priests up in my parish keep on putting me in their prayers. Swear I never sell my soul. My pride and dignity is too major, yeah. We rarely ever get no second chances. After a lifetime of regret, I'm just looking for some answers, yeah.
Lay down your head, you're not alone. Anywhere you go, I'll follow. We are the children of the sun. That's all you need to know. Lay down your head, you're not alone. Anywhere you go, I'll follow. We are the children of the sun. That's all you need to know.
Looking for a light that can outshine the sun. I know one day our time will come. Bought a camera to capture these cinematic nights. Still don't satisfy my appetite for this lavish life. Tell me, doctor, am I fit for these flashing lights? And Michael said it doesn't matter if you're black or white. Look at the colors that's under the sun above us. All we have is each other in case you happen to wonder. Let's go!
Lay down your head, you're not alone. Anywhere you go, I'll follow. We are the children of the sun. That's all you need to know. Lay down your head, you're not alone. Anywhere you go, I'll follow. We are the children of the sun. That's all you need to know.
Children of the Sun by Tiny Temper and John Martin here on Sports Lounge, the People's Sports Show. Right, we're going to get into this week's Cook's question at the end of the show. We still want you to get in touch with us, though. Tell us your stories from the old Spy on Cop at Highfield Road. Of course, it was demolished in the summer of 1993. So anything that you want to say about it, your experiences in the Cobb, any special memories, what was your experience like standing there, just looking on at that big, beautiful stadium that we collectively called Highfield Road. I still think it was a crime that we left that place, but we can't change the past. So let us know anything you want to say about the Spy on Cop, simply because I was watching an old Coventry City season review the other day, and it mentioned that it was the last game at the of the Cop. It was knocked down after the Leeds game. It was a 3-3 draw of Leeds. We were leading 3-1 with about 5 minutes to go, and then Leeds came back, equalised, and there was a massive pitch invasion. There you go. Pitch inspections there reserved for Coventry United. So yeah, anything you want to say about the Spy on Cop, do let us know. Right, we're going to get into this week's fixture list now. Remember, there is no local sports without you, so back your local teams as much as you can this weekend. We're going to start off with the mighty Sky Blues. Coventry City are at home to inform Swindon Town. That's at the Ricoh Arena on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff in the League One encounter. Coventry United will look to get back to winning ways against lowly Studley on Saturday. Again, that's a 3 p.m. kickoff at Sphinx Drive. Wasps are back in action after their brilliant Derby Day win at home to Leicester. They're at home again against the Sale Sharks. That's a Sunday game, 2 p.m. at the Ricoh Arena. The Coventry Blaze are also in action. Their final game of the Elite League season. That takes place on Sunday at the Sky Dome Arena, so they're taking on the Manchester Storm. The Coventry Bees are back in action in this friendly match. I believe it's the Elite Shield. I believe it is. Anyway, they're up against the Poole Pirates. That's tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. at Brandon Speedway Stadium. There's also the Chris Harris testimonial meeting, I should say, at 2 p.m. on Sunday, again at Brandon Speedway Stadium. Coventry Rugby Club take on Cinderford. That's at the Butts Park Arena on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff, and a big game for Coventry United ladies. They travel to Bayliss Avenue, which is the home of Thamesmead Town Football Club, to face Charlton Athletic LFC. That's on Sunday at 2 o'clock at Bayliss Avenue, which is the home of Thamesmead Town Football Club. So that is the fixture list for another week. We've got time now to get into the nickname game. We're going to be bringing this segment to an end soon because we have gone through so many nicknames. And there are only so many nicknames that we can go through as well. Some of them are very generic, just because it's basically because of their name being shortened or because of their shirt colour. In a couple of weeks' time, this segment will be coming to an end, unfortunately. Boo! Yeah, let's make the most of it while it's still here. Let's kick off with Crystal Palace. They are known as the Eagles, and they actually stole their nickname. They nicked it from Benfica, the Portuguese side, Benfica. So yeah, that's why Crystal Palace are called the Eagles. Bristol Rovers, they are collectively known as the Gas because their old ground was next door to a gasworks. Team number 3 is Stourbridge. Their nickname is the Glass Boys because Stourbridge was the centre of glassmaking. Exeter are known as the Grecians. Now, the Grecians was for centuries the nickname for people from the St. Sidwell's parish of Exeter, where their ground is situated. And finally, Tamworth, they are known as the Lambs because they play at the Lamb Ground, which is named after a local pub. So basically, Tamworth are named after a pub. Talking of pubs, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. And talking of St. Patrick's Day, you can catch Sweet Pea, Colum and Michael, the boys from the Emerald Isle, right here on 98.6 Hillz FM for Hands Across the Water. I've already seen Sweet Pea dressed up as St. Patrick today. He's just come in with he's got a beard and everything. I believe it's a different sort of beard this year, because last year he had I think it was a brown beard or something. He's got a white one this time. So did St. Patrick have a brown beard or a white beard? I'm not too certain, but let me know. Answer on our postcard. Anyway, more great music now coming from the studios of 98.6 Hillz FM. This one from Galantis. It is Peanut Butter Jelly on Sports Lounge.
Sleepless nights at the chateau, visualize it.
I'll give it something to do.
Coach, wherever we go, visualize it.
I'll give it something to do.
Get a wildfire burning, visualize it.
I'll give it something to do.
Ace high and going all in, visualize it.
I'll give it something to do.
Spread it like peanut butter jelly. Do it like I owe you some money. Spread it like peanut butter jelly. Do it like I owe you some money. Money, 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 money. Spread it like peanut butter jelly. Do it like I owe you some money. Money, 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 money. Spread it like spread
visualize it. I'll give it something to do.
Visualize it.
I'll give it something.
Galantis there with Peanut Butter Jelly. This is Sports Lounge, the People's Sports Show. And this week, the Premier League returns to full force. We had the FA Cup last weekend, so a couple of teams missed out on some Premier League action. But they're back for 1 week only, at least, because next week it all stops because it's all international action. Yeah, so let's make the most of it while we can, because there's only 8 games left. No, I don't want to go back to no football in the summer. Oh, it's gonna be so boring, isn't it? In the summer, I hate the summer. I mean, seriously. I mean, I like I like a little bit of sunbathing. I like a little bit of warm weather. But the one thing I hate about summer is there's no football and there's no rugby either. I mean, you've got Formula One, but that's like every 2 or 3 weeks, and you've got cricket. I mean, yeah, it's a good sport, but really, I like my action fast paced. So really, yeah, I mean, I'm not looking forward to this summer. I'm really not. I'm not even going on holiday this year, so that makes it even worse. But I am going to Berlin next week, so yeah, that's something anyway. I'm going to see my first ever England away game, so I'm quite excited about that. Anyway, let's get into this weekend's fixtures, kicking off with Everton versus Arsenal. Now, Arsenal, if they lose this one, they are definitely out of the running for the Premier League title. They are currently 11 points behind league leaders Leicester, but they do have a game in hand due to their FA Cup commitments at the weekend. So if they win that game in hand, they're only 8 points behind Leicester. So right now, I wouldn't say that they're completely out of it, but if they get anything less than the victory at Goodison Park, it's game over without a doubt. And again, that will cause more disruption in the Arsenal camp. People are going to be asking, when's Wenger leaving? Who's going to come in? Blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. You get that every single summer, and he goes absolutely nowhere, so why even bother? I'm going to go for an Everton win here, because these games always throw up an absolute corker between Everton and Arsenal. I'll just see Everton getting the win here. I'm going to go for a 2-1 with a double from Romelu Lukaku. Crystal Palace versus Leicester. This should be no trouble for Leicester. Crystal Palace haven't won since January, and Leicester, of course, just 3 defeats in the league all season. So I am going to go for a 3-0 victory for Leicester. Up next, we have Watford versus Stoke City. Now, Watford's season has gone somewhat off the boil. They've gone down to 14th place, while Stoke have also gone down in recent weeks, winless in their last 2 games. But they are still in the top 10, looking to build on last season's record 9th place finish in the Premier League. This is going to be a close one. If anyone, I don't think I can separate them. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between Watford and Stoke. West Bromwich Albion versus Norwich City. This is a crucial game for Norwich. They are in the relegation zone and they have to win games like this if they're going to have any chance of staying up. West Brom have been in good form recently. 3 wins in their last 4 games, with the other one of those being a draw. So good form recently for the Baggies. Norwich, not so good. They haven't won in about, 8 games, something like that. It's been very poor for them. And they are looking in a lot of danger at the moment. So I'm going to go for a West Brom win. I'm going to go for a simple 1-0 victory for Tony Pulis' side. And Pulis is going to want some joy this weekend, because he just has to repay about £3 million to Crystal Palace because he left them at the start of last season. He's had to pay back his bonus from the previous campaign. So yeah, losing £3 million is not the best way you want to spend the week, eh? Chelsea versus West Ham United. Nice little London derby here. Chelsea finally back in the top 10. West Ham still very much in with a chance of a Champions League place. They're 2 points behind Manchester City, so they are very much in the hunt for a European spot. Could you imagine this? Leicester, Spurs, Arsenal and West Ham in the European places. Could you imagine that? That'd be incredible, wouldn't it? It's a tough one for me to call, because Chelsea have looked a lot stronger under Gus Hiddink. I don't think they've looked certainly not Champions League worthy, definitely not. I mean, I don't even think they look Europa League worthy at the minute, but they've certainly improved under Jose Mourinho. West Ham have been the surprise outfit of the season. I thought they'd be mid-table, around 9th or 10th. No, nowhere near the European places, but not fighting for survival either. But Slaven Bilic's men have been absolutely incredible this season. You know what? I'm going to go for a shock West Ham win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for the visitors, West Ham United. And the final game of Saturday is the late kickoff, Swansea versus Aston Villa. Now, Swansea have gone off the boil a little bit. I mean, when Guideland came in, they had a flourish, didn't they? They had about 3 straight victories, but they've struggled in recent weeks. I mean, Guideland's been in hospital for a few weeks as well. He's back out now. I believe he's back in the dugout for this Saturday's game. Aston Villa, they're dead and buried in my opinion. They're gone. They're 9 points adrift of safety, and Sunderland and Newcastle both have games in hand, so it's pretty much bye-bye, see you later to Aston Villa. They'll be in the Championship next season, barring some sort of miracle from Remy Gard's men, and I think this should be a simple victory for Swansea. I'm going to go for a 2-0 to the Swans. 4 games on Sunday, starting with Southampton versus Liverpool. It's 7th versus 8th. Both sides still have realistic ambitions of getting into the Europa League. Well, I think Liverpool's best hope of European football is winning this season's Europa League. Of course, they're in action against Manchester United tonight at Old Trafford. As far as Southampton are concerned, I think it's they had a poor start to the season, but they are getting places now. They're up in 7th place. That's where we expected them to be at the start of the campaign. Liverpool, again, it's been poor for them since that title race against, I think it was Manchester City, wasn't it? And that slip from Steven Gerrard at Anfield against Chelsea. Since then, it's just been, they've been nowhere near the title picture, and they haven't deserved to be anywhere near it either. I'm going to go for a Southampton win because it is at St Mary's, and to be quite honest, I think Southampton probably just got a little bit more quality in their team at the minute. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Southampton. Newcastle versus Sunderland. This has got to be one of the most crucial Tyne-Wear derbies ever, with both sides perilously close to relegation. Sunderland are just 1 point above Newcastle, who are in 19th place. So really, this, I'm not going to say this could decide who goes down, but it could certainly give one or the other a big boost in momentum and points. If Sunderland win, they could be 3 points clear of the relegation zone and 4 points clear of Newcastle. So really, this could have major implications on the relegation battle. I'm going to go for a draw in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I just don't think either side will pull away. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw between Newcastle and Sunderland. A major game in the battle for Champions League football. Manchester City versus Manchester United at the Etihad Stadium on Sunday as part of Sky Sports Super Sunday on Sky Sports 1, 4 o'clock kickoff. Huge game. And if Manchester City win this, then Manchester United's hopes of Champions League football are pretty much gone unless they can win the Europa League. And I think Manchester City will come out of this as the victors. I don't think it's going to be a particularly exciting game because both sides just haven't been with it lately, have they? I mean, City have only got 1 win in their last 5 games, and Manchester United have, in their last 5 games, they've drawn 1, lost 2, and won 2. So really, neither side's really been with it, which has allowed West Ham to really close the gap. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Manchester City. And the final game of the weekend is Spurs versus Bournemouth. Now, Spurs need to start wrapping up some points and fast because they are 5 points behind Leicester. And with 8 games to go, they need to keep their heads on. The last 3 games, they've won 1, drawn 1, and lost 1. And they've had the chance to go above Leicester. They really could have... Right, basically, if they had have won their last 3 games, rather than the defeat and the draw, they'd be level on points with Leicester right now. So really, Spurs have thrown this one away. There's still time for redemption, though. They've still got time to catch up with Leicester. I think they will get this one. I think Bournemouth are pretty much safe now. They're 13 points clear of the relegation zone, so they're not going to be looking over their shoulder, worrying about their future. I mean, I think 2 more wins and they're mathematically safe, so they should be all right now. So really, this should be a simple win for Spurs. I'm going to go for a 2-0 to Spurs. Right, we're going to get into some more music now on 98.6 Hillz FM. Cracking song from Avicii, followed by some more fantastic sports news and views. We've got our views on James Maddison's England call-up. We've also got a little bit of news about the Cheltenham scandal as well. And we've also got our segment on Formula 1 ahead of the start of the new season this weekend. So let's get straight into it. It's Avicii with Waiting for Love. You're tuning into Sports Lounge, the People's Sports Show.
Well, there's a will, there's a way, kinda beautiful. And every night has its day, so magical. And if there's love in this life, there's no obstacle that can't be defeated. For every time with something to believe in. Monday left me broken. Tuesday I was through with hoping. Wednesday my empty arms were open. Thursday waiting for love, waiting for love. Thank the stars it's Friday. I'm burning like a fire gone wild on Saturday. Guess I won't be coming to church on Sunday. I'll be waiting for love, waiting for love to come around. We are one of a kind, irreplaceable. How did I get so blind and so cynical? If there's love in this life, we're unstoppable. No, we can't be defeated. Monday left me broken. Tuesday I was through with hoping. Wednesday my empty arms were open. Thursday waiting for love, waiting for love. Thank the stars it's Friday. I'm burning like a fire gone wild on Saturday. Guess I won't be coming to church on Sunday. I'll be waiting for love, waiting for love to come around.
Tunes here on 98.6 Hillz FM. You are tuned into Sports Lounge with your very own Bantosaurus Liam Cook. We're going to be handing it over to Callum Harrison at 12 noon with his fantastic Afro beats. And don't forget, you can catch Hillz FM's Aphrodisiac event on Friday, the 25th of March. That's a week tomorrow. Tickets are available via www.residentadvisor.net. We've got funk, we've got disco, we've got Afrobeats, we've got house. It's £3 for a night out at the Quadrant Club. So do not miss your chance. This is a fantastic event. I would be there, but I'm going to be in Germany that day. So you won't see the Bantosaurus, but you'll still be musically entertained with some fantastic tunage, courtesy of 98.6 Hillz FM. You got some Hillz FM DJs there as well, including Callum, Key Groover, and the brilliant Mr. Eddie Goodtimes. Right, we have still got a lot to get through on today's show. Remember, you can still get in touch with us regarding today's Cook's question. We want your tales of the Spy on Cop at Highfield Road. Obviously I never got to stand in the Cop as it was knocked down 2 years before I was born. So, just share your stories of the Spy on Cop, your views on the Cop, your feelings when it was gone, the view, the atmosphere, memorable times on the Cop, anything you'd like to say, let me know and I'll read out as many as I can. Right, the England team has been announced for the final match of the Six Nations. I can't believe it. I don't want it to end. I do not want it to end, but I have got a little message for all of you Italians, French, Scotsmans, Welsh, and Irish out there. One word. Just one word. Can you guess what it is? I think you can. You can guess what it is, can't you? Champions! Yeah, we've won it. England have won it. As maybe 10 quid richer as well. I had a little bet on that one. But England have virtually won. I don't think it's mathematically certain yet, but we are 3 points in front of France with a 50 points advantage in the points difference. So basically, Wales have got to beat us. They've got to score 4 tries or more, and they've got to beat us by 50 points to win the tournament. I don't think that's happening. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that's happening. So, I can be as arrogant as I want because we have won it, baby. Yes, we have. Really, it's an exhibition match at the Stade de France on Saturday. But here's the team anyway. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff. So I will be home in time, thankfully, to watch the game. Start to get loose head prop is number 1, Mako Vunipola. The skipper, Dylan Hartley, who has been fantastic this campaign. He started number 2 in the hooker position. Tight head prop is number 3, Dan Cole. Starting on the second row, number 5, Maro Itoje, and number 5, George Cruz. Chris Robshaw starts at blindside flanker. He'll wear the number 6 shirt. On open side flanker, we have number 7, James Haskell of the Mighty Wasps. At number 8, Billy Vunipola. Into the backs now, number 9, the scrum half, Danny Kerr. Fly half, number 10, George Ford. On the left wing, number 11, Jack Knoll. Inside centre, we have number 12, Owen Farrell. 13, Jonathan Joseph. He starts at the outside centre. On the right wing is number 14, Anthony Watson. And number 15, at fullback, it's Mike Brown. And on the bench for England, number 16, Luke Cohen-Dickey. 17, Joe Marler. 18, Kieran Brooks. 19, Joe Launchbury. 10, Jack Clifford. 21, Ben Youngs. 22, Manu Tuilagi. And 23, Elliot Daly. So 3 Wasps players in the match day squad. The Wasps are doing all right there. Out of 23 players, 3 of them are from Wasps. So good on you, Wasps. Right, this weekend sees the start of the brand new Formula 1 World Championship season. Now, I cannot wait for this. The Australian Grand Prix, as always, kicks things off. It's been that way since 1995, when the race moved to from the last race of the year to the first race of the year. So let's go through the teams and the driver lineup. Starting with Ferrari, they retain their World Championship combination of Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen. They're going to be looking to take the fight to world champions Mercedes. Force India also retain their lineup of Sergio Perez and Nico Hulkenberg. They're going to be looking to build on their impressive finish last year. Haas are coming into Formula 1 this year. Brand new team, an American team with a lot of Ferrari engineering behind them. And they've hired former Lotus driver Romain Grosjean and Ferrari test driver Esteban Gutierrez. McLaren are going to be hoping to make huge strides after a very disappointing 2015. Fernando Alonso and Jenson Button have both decided to stay on in the hope that they can finally get back to the podium. Of course, no change necessary at Mercedes. They dominated last year, winning all but 3 races, with Lewis Hamilton looking to secure a 3rd straight Formula 1 title and become the first British driver to win 4 World Championships. Nico Rosberg still looking to try and win 1. Manor Racing is newly renamed. The former team formerly known as Marussia. It was known as Manor Marussia last season. They're now simply known as the Manor Racing team, powered by the Mercedes engines. They've got 2 new drivers in Pascal Wehrlein, who is Mercedes test driver, and Indonesian driver Rio Haryanto, who's making his Formula 1 debut. Red Bull, they're going to be looking to get back to winning ways. 2015 was their first winless season since 2008. Daniel Ricciardo and Daniel Kvyat will be looking to return to glory for Renault with their Tag Heuer engines. Basically, Red Bull was spending all their time moaning about Renault power, and they've said that they're not going to be continuing with the Renault engines. Well, basically they have, because they basically just got Renault engines with a Tag Heuer sponsorship. That's basically all the engine is. It's a Renault engine just rebranded. Talking of Renault, they've got their own works team now. They've returned to the sport for the first time since 2010, taking back control of the Lotus team with Kevin Magnussen and British driver Jolyon Palmer taking the wheel in the new Renault with a striking yellow livery. Sauber will be trying to make some strides this season as well, with Marcus Ericsson and Felipe Nasr continuing in the Sauber Ferrari. Scuderia Toro Rosso with the youngest driver pairing on the grid, with teenager Max Verstappen looking to build on an incredible debut year alongside Spanish driver Carlos Sainz Jr. And finally, Williams will be looking to get a victory under their belts. They've been the nearly team of Formula 1 for the last 2 or 3 years. Can they finally get that elusive victory with Felipe Massa and Valtteri Bottas behind the Mercedes-powered cars? Right, so we're going to be kicking off things in Australia on the 20th of March. Then there's a 2-week gap to the Bahrain Grand Prix. Then it's off to China. Russia has moved to the 4th race of this campaign. Usually it's towards the end, but it's moved to the 4th race. Then it's off to Spain, the glamorous Monaco Grand Prix. Of course, the fantastic Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, my favourite circuit on the Formula 1 calendar. The brand new European Grand Prix in Baku, Azerbaijan. In my opinion, one of the most pointless races, the Austrian Grand Prix at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria. I mean, I can't stand that race. I really can't. It's so boring. But after that, on my 21st birthday, 10th of July, it's the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Then we're off to Hungary. The German Grand Prix is back after a 1-year absence. It's being held in Hockenheim this year. Then it's Belgium and Italy, Singapore. The night race, of course, in the Marina Bay circuit in Singapore. The Malaysian Grand Prix has been moved to the 16th round of the championship. Now, for the last 15, 16 years or so, it's been held as the second race of the season, but it's been moved back to round 16 now. Then we've got the Japanese Grand Prix, the US Grand Prix, the Mexican Grand Prix. Then we're off to Brazil, and the final race of the campaign takes place in Abu Dhabi at the Yas Marina circuit on the 27th of November. So 21 races in Formula 1. That is a record for the sport. Now, what's going to happen this year? Now, personally, I do believe that Ferrari are going to be a lot closer than they were last year. I'm not sure whether they're going to be able to fully take the fight to Mercedes. It's going to be between Hamilton or Rosberg, as it has been for the last 2 seasons. There are going to be some major changes to the rules for next year, so this could be the final season of Mercedes domination. But I do expect it to be between Nico and Lewis. Now, Nico's got a serious psychological advantage because he won the last 3 races of the 2015 campaign, leaving Lewis visibly upset. I mean, Hamilton wrapped up the championship, I believe it was round 17, I believe he won it. And since then, he just took his eye off the race. So, although Lewis would probably say, I've won the championship already, I don't need to try. The thing is, he's given a lot of confidence to Nico Rosberg, who won the last 3 races of the campaign. So Rosberg is coming to this season with 3 victories under his belt. And Hamilton really is coming to this campaign as the underdog. Now, testing has not yielded too many answers, really. I don't think that Mercedes have been putting everything into testing. And remember, testing isn't always about speed. It's not always about the fastest car. It's about homing your car, making the little tweaks that you need. Not every single team in testing is trying to find the quickest time. We don't know what fuel strategies they're using. We don't know what tyres they're using. We don't know what parts they're introducing. We're not going to know anything about the Formula 1 grid until qualifying. The first practice session, even at Australia, probably won't herald too many answers. I mean, I do think it's going to be Mercedes domination, followed by Ferrari. They'll probably get 3 or possibly 4 victories under their belt with Sebastian Vettel. They've finally Ferrari, that is, they've finally reverted to the push rod suspension rather than the pull rod, which certainly helps Kimi Räikkönen, because he's already said he didn't like the pull rod suspension. So he's returned to the push rod now, and should be a lot better for Räikkönen, and hopefully some better performances from Räikkönen in what could be his final campaign in Formula 1. He did say that at the end of his contract he would be leaving Ferrari. So this really could be a year for drivers like Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen to really prove themselves as potential Ferrari drivers, because there has been a lot of interest in especially Valtteri Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo of Red Bull Racing as well. But the emergence of Max Verstappen last year has really called into question who is going to be the next Ferrari driver. Of course, not going to let Vettel go, so it is probably going to be Raikkonen leaving at the end of the season. So that's going to be very interesting to see. I think we will see Red Bull get a little bit more competitive this year, but I can't see them winning a race. I think the pecking order will be Mercedes, followed by Ferrari, then Williams, and Red Bull. So that'd be my top four. The midfield is very congested. I do expect to see an improved performance from McLaren this year, because firstly, the car's a lot better. They've shown a lot more pace in testing, but once again, pace isn't everything. The reliability looks a lot better, and also Honda have given them an improved engine, and that was the main problem with the McLaren last year. It was simply because they just didn't have the straight line speed. They've sorted that out now. The speed trap looks a lot better for McLaren, and I think they'll be able to take the fight to certainly Force India at least. Whether they're going to be able to challenge Red Bull and Williams remains to be seen. But I think it will be the McLaren are probably around 5th or 6th in the Constructors' Championship this year. Manor look a lot better as well. And if anything, I think the team to worry about is Sauber. They haven't made many gains this year. I mean, if Manor can push up the field a little bit more, then we could be seeing Sauber as the back row team. And even Renault as well have not looked fantastic in pre-season testing. But as I said, pre-season testing is not everything. So there you go. That's our little segment on Formula 1 this year. And not too many technical changes either. They're all coming next year. But remember, there is a new qualifying format as well, where drivers are going to be eliminated at 2-minute intervals in Q1 and Q2. And in Q3, they're going to be eliminated one by one. I think it's like every minute or something. And then the 2 drivers will be given 3 minutes to go for pole position at the end of the session. So a lot to get your head around at the start of this season. But the first race is this Sunday in Australia, in Melbourne, and the race kicks off at 5 o'clock in the morning. But you know what? I haven't missed an Australian Grand Prix since 2004, and I'm not going to change that. Right, we've got 9 minutes to go until we hand over to Callum with his fantastic Afro beats. And I just want to give you my view on the James Maddison story, because it's been reported in the last couple of days that 3 Coventry City players are going to be unavailable for the Sky Blues trip to Peterborough on Good Friday in 8 days' time. Jack Stevens has been called up to the England under-21 side. They're going to play Switzerland in a UEFA under-21 championship qualifier. Adam Armstrong is also unavailable. He's on England under-19s duty in Spain. But the one that shocked me was really James Maddison. I mean, since his move to Norwich, he's obviously come back on loan. Where has he been? I do not know why James Maddison has been called up to the England under-20 side. I mean, no disrespect to him, he's a fantastic player, but he is not in form. It just, to be honest with it just confounds the point that I've been saying for a while, that England do not care how you play, it's where you play. I mean, if you look at players like Jamie Vardy, I mean, he's barely been looked at for the England squad, and he's been so dominant this season. I mean, the last couple of weeks he hasn't been quite there, but at the start of the season he's been bagging in the goals left, right and centre, and we were even questioning whether England were going to call him up, simply because he didn't play for a big team. And now, as soon as James Maddison has gone to Norwich, he's been called up straight away. Now, if anything, since he's gone to Norwich, he's been absolutely dreadful. The games that I have seen him, the effort doesn't seem to be there. The skill has just evaporated. He's been, in my opinion, one of the worst players in the team on the couple of occasions that I've seen him since I've been at United. Obviously, it's been, I haven't been able to get to as many games, but from what I've heard from the fans and the few games that I've been able to get to, he has not been anywhere near worthy of a place in the England under-20. So it just sort of rubber stamps the point that as soon as you go to a big team, you're guaranteed an England place. There are so many players in League One, the Championship, and the Premier League who deserve that spot, but it's been given to James Maddison. I do not know why, because he just has not been there for the last few weeks. Stevens and Armstrong, certainly put them in. They've been fantastic recently, but Maddison, I don't think so. I don't see it. Right, we're going to bring today's show to a close very shortly. We haven't had time to do On the Continent once again this week. Seriously, we've got to try and find some time for it. But I will say that PSG have wrapped up the Ligue 1 title. Yep, that's right. That's all over. The Ligue 1 campaign is still going to go ahead, obviously. We've still got about 10 games to go. But PSG are about, 25 points in front. So it's now impossible for anyone to catch them. So it is officially game over in Ligue 1. PSG have won the whole thing. So obviously, congratulations to them. And our final segment of today's show is Cook's Question. And we wanted your tales from the Spion Cup because on Tuesday I was going through my collection of Coventry City season reviews. And by the way, I'm still looking for a few of them, so give us a shout if you know where I can get some. And I stumbled across the 1992-93 campaign, which is the final season of the famous Spion Cup, which would be demolished after the 3-3 draw with Leeds in May 1993. Obviously, I never got to stand in the Cup as it was knocked down 2 years before I was born. So this week, I wanted to hear your stories of the famous Cup. Reg the Donk says he went in there once, got soaked, and went back to the West Terrace. I guess that makes me a softie. Not at all, mate. Not at all. They say that rain never hurts anyone. Obviously, they've never been under acid rain, have they? KG82 says he started going about 1991 and 1992. The first match was against Luton. And he was a goalkeeper at the time. His dad said, watch this fella, referring to Alec Chamberlain in the Luton goal. And United won 5-0. He said it's probably why I never made it as a pro. Steve-O, 1987, says, standing in the Crow's Nest, what an experience. We moved in time when I started going on my own with my mates. We used to stand alongside the fencing just down from the old scoreboard that separated the away fans. Walking down the steps at the back of the Kop at the end of the game was always treacherous as the gents' loo used to overflow. Not nice. It certainly doesn't sound nice. Steve B50 says it was a bit of a strange place. If you went up towards the Crow's Nest and stood in the wrong place, some big hairy bloke would ask you to move as that was his spot. People always seem to be in the exact same place every week. You would always see dads going in and carrying stools or old beer crates so their kids could stand on them. Mates X says how things have changed. My 13-year-old lad has only ever known the modern and smart Rico Arena. When I tell him about Highfield Road having broken bottles cemented into the mortar above the turnstiles, he can't believe it. And on passing through the turnstile on the walk up to the Crow's Nest, you had to walk by overgrown bushes and weeds inside the stadium with urine flowing downhill. It makes him think that I'm winding him up. Believe me, the stories that I've heard from the Spion Cup, I can seriously believe that. Let's have a look at a few more. Paxman 2 says, as a young lad, maybe around 10 or 12, I went in often at half time when they would open the gates and you could get in for free. The Cup was really atmospheric, but it was high up and you needed to be near the front for a view. The toilet block just behind the old scoreboard was by today's standards a disgrace and smelly as hell. No one ever washed their hands. Being lifted off my feet and finding myself a dozen levels further down as the crowd swayed to the action was frightening. I had to climb onto the separation bars and sit balanced for what seemed like an eternity to get a view. Everyone smoked, drank beer by the pint glass. Health and safety would simply have shut it down today. Somehow, though, it was exciting and nearly everyone concentrated on the match before them for 90 minutes, unlike today's mobile phone addicted fans. It's also where I saw the likes of George Curtis, Ernie Hunt, Ronnie Rees, and a player we could do with today in Ernie Machin. So, some brilliant stories coming out there, isn't there? Let's have a look at a few more. Colin Stein's Smile says, my first game was in the 66-7 season. I used to take a small wood box to stand on just behind the barrier. We scored. I would end up pinned to the barrier, gasping for breath. But it was worth it. The team room at the back of the Kop managed to serve everyone 10 times faster than the high-tech Muppets at the Rico. The stairs at the Kop was okay pre-match, but on the way out, a bit challenging, especially after seeing the Ibrox disaster on the news. Some great memories, seeing Ernie Hunt chip Tony Waiters from the centre circle, and the pain looked on Waiters' face as he dived backwards towards the goal, sign and cross causing havoc, and the reception that Tommy Hutchinson got whenever he came to take a corner. And I have seen photos of the Spion Kop. Is it Spion or Spion? I think it's Spion, isn't it? But anyway, you could just tell it was a wonderful, wonderful place to be. I mean, although the toilets weren't exactly nice, it was very much the same in the West Terrace from what I hear as well. But facilities aren't everything. It's all about the atmosphere, and the Spion Kop definitely had the atmosphere. Right, I'm going to leave you for today's show, as I always do, with the Sky Blue song by Steve Taylor. But before I go, I'm going to leave you with the final whistle, just a little bit of a motivational saying to help you on your way today. This one comes from Zig Ziglar, who's an American author, salesman, and motivational speaker. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you on Saturday for Hillz FM Match Day as Coventry United take on Studley. Same time, same place, right here on Hillz FM 98.6. Next week on Thursday, 10 a.m. till 12 for Sports Lounge with Liam Cook. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a very pleasant St. Patrick's Day, of course, and I'll see you next Thursday. So from me, Liam Cook, stay safe, stay sporty, and stay locked to Hillz FM.
Let's all sing together, play up sky blues, while we sing together, we will never lose. Tottenham or Chelsea, United or anyone, they can't defeat us, we'll fight till the game is won.
Coventry's Hillz FM. Community radio for the people.